Check this out, y'all. This is the coolest, the most hidden, the most awesome craftsmanship we've ever done on a hidden door. Believe it or not, the door to the primary bedroom is hidden along this wall. Can you tell where it is? I swear you cannot tell. Now what you're looking at here is a walnut clad wall. These slats have some depth to them. They're actually 1 3/4 deep. And I've been here a million times and I still have to look. Here it is right here. Check this out. This is the door to the primary bedroom. And I want you to look at this wall. When this door closes, you know where that door is now, but yet when it closes, look at this. You absolutely, within like a second, you lose track of where it is because of the action here, because of the depth, the beauty of the walnut, the way the walnut kind of moves and changes. It's such a beautiful natural material. Look at that. Totally gone, totally hidden. On the build show today, we're gonna run through all the details on this incredible hidden door. Let's get going. Okay guys, what we're looking at here is a 1-inch wide walnut slat by 1 3/4 deep, and it was pre-finished and pre-mounted to a 1/4-inch walnut veneer, basically an MDF type walnut veneer. Each one of these slats was milled individually and finished individually so that when it was mounted to that 1/4-inch veneer, we didn't have to finish anything on site. Now this was actually done in 3-foot panels across this wall. And of course we had to do the math correctly to make sure that the distance between the elevator and the door worked out correctly. But when you've got a hidden door like this, you can't do this jam in the rough. You have to kind of do it in the finish phase. So basically the carpenters did everything in this job. They did a fabulous job here. And then when that door closes, you have to make sure that that gap between the door and the slats maintains consistency. But the thing that really makes this door extra hidden is that shadow depth. Now we've got some sunlight coming on this, kind of this raking side light here. It's hard to tell that that's not black. Back there, it may look black in the video, but in fact, that's the same walnut, but that's a veneer, and these pieces here are solid. Now, another thing that makes this especially hidden is the height of the door here on the elevator, which is about 8 foot, sets that datum line. And then look how that line from the elevator just comes all the way across the room. It's between that depth of the slat and that datum line that you're able to absolutely hide that all the way through. Now the other cool thing that's going on is the light from above is actually this right here. This is the Ketra lighting system. This happens to be their G2 module. And basically you have these all the way across that cove up there. So up into the cove, it's 12 foot, and then we're actually like another 6 inches. So this is about a 12'6" into the cove. Each one of these is 1,000 lumens. So add in that footage and we've got a lot of light. The other cool thing about these is we can change the color temperature. I want to say it's like 12 million different color options. So we can change this based on the day. We'll do another video in the future about the Ketra system, but incredible to be able to light this day and night and kind of change and vary that. A couple things that I want to mention on the door itself. Let's push in here. It does have a closer slash opener on it. This is by a company called LCN. This is my first time using them, and I got to say I really like it. I've used some other brands. This is a really nice one. On the other hand, this is the hinge that I've used literally on almost every hidden door I've ever built. This is from Sugatsuni. This is the HES 3D E190, I believe is the actual model number. You can get this in a bunch of different colors. We thought about black and white. In the end, silver was really the right choice. It matched our closer here. I also want you to look at the number of hinges. We have 4 hinges here. This door weighs over 300 pounds. So you really need to think about your total weight of the door. And anytime you're cladding a door, you really want to start with a stave core blank. So this was an 1 3/4" stave core blank. If you're not familiar with that term, stave core basically means a solid core. It's kind of like an LVL type core, so that when we bore this hinge in, look how the hinge is offset from the depth. It's kind of on the back side of the door. That's because that 1 3/4" door is right here, and then this is that basically applied veneer on the door. It looks fabulous, doesn't it? Also like that you can hold it open. You know, if your house cleaner is coming, you don't need a hidden door for them. You're gonna hold this open. But when you close that door, look at this. I said it in the beginning of the video and it's absolutely true. It just absolutely melts into the wall. It's fabulous. It turned out great, didn't it? Now here's something else that's hidden that we haven't even talked about yet. Check this out. To the right of the door, if you kind of angle, you can see there's kind of like a black void in there. I'm gonna reveal the secret with my flashlight here, but check this out. Return air for our Mitsubishi system is right on the other side here. So these slats, we had to calculate the net free area of these to make this opening, but this is the return air for the system, which is right on the other side here. And then in the back of that, we put a 1/4" walnut veneer as well, just so it would be kind of a blackish wand or a blackish background. As you look at this slat wall at an angle though, none of that is revealed. That return air totally hidden, the door totally hidden. In the right light, if you're dead on, you can see it, but it's really hard. It absolutely melts into the background. What a cool project. I want to say a big thanks to Urban Order out of Tampa, Florida. That's our architect. Emma, our project manager at Reisinger Build. And of course, I want to say a big thanks to our fabulous carpenters in this job. This was Gilbert, Alex, and Mondo. They absolutely killed on this job. I'm super impressed with the way it turned out. And if I didn't say, I think I missed this from the beginning, everything is totally fastener free at the face here. There's no plugs or anything. Each one of these slats was fastened through the back of the substrate, that 1/4" veneer. And the guys did a fabulous job of really straightening and tightening. You know, when you get this walnut in the rough, there can be some variance, so we really had to think about it. And lastly, don't forget, if you're gonna do a project like this with some really nice furniture grade woodworking, you really need some temporary conditioning during construction. We put a 5-ton heat pump unit on the outside of this house to make sure that this would stay in the same temperature and humidity range that the finished house would be in. You wouldn't want that humidity in Texas coming in through these windows, adding to the moisture content of this walnut and letting it move later. And here we are, we finished this house just a couple months ago and it absolutely still looks perfect, just like the day we installed this months ago. All right, let me show you that detail on the return air from the backside. So when that door closes, we've got another flush door here. This has a Sugatsuni touch latch on it. So I'm just gonna push that, and this touch latch is what's throwing open the door. And now you can see the backside of that return. So this is that walnut panel that I shined my light through, and you can kind of see the backside. And what you're seeing is this is just open into this closet. And then the bottom side of my upflow Mitsubishi system here is just an open return. So basically the air flows openly into this closet and then transfers up into the ducts and into that space to condition it. So this is the return air for that entire main space with kind of kitchen, living room on the other side of this wall. That's a pretty cool design. I gotta say, I really like how this turned out. With that being said, guys, go check out the links below for some of the hardware that we used and hit that subscribe button. We've got new content here every Tuesday and every Friday. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on The Build Show.